Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Oztron and we are back with Alchemy Factory, and for today's video we are going to work on expanding our current factory and making some improvements, which is a constant theme. And we need to also start selling some more items over here too. So we have some other potions and things that we can sell, and hopefully that will increase our reputation a bit. And right now we're at, I think, reputation 7, and I don't know, that keeps bouncing around. Sometimes it's at 40 doing really good and we have tons of people coming in, and sometimes it's at 4 or 5. So I don't know how to keep that at a higher rating. I've seen some people that have it at 99. So I think once you have every single item being sold efficiently, then that increases your reputation. But once you have things that are available, like we have some potions over here and some soap and bricks and all kinds of things that we probably could be selling, and I'm not selling them yet, but I do have these little bins that we can start loading up now. Also over here, I have one bin that's been high maintenance. I don't understand what the exclamation point is, and I don't know what that means. I get the same thing with this one. If I move this bin back one, then all like 2 of these will have exclamation points on them, and I can't use them. They don't function for some reason, and there's nothing that tells me that I can see what that means. Like, I don't know what that means. So if you guys can understand what this thing means, please let me know in the comments so I can fix these. Maybe we need to lay this out a little differently, but I don't understand what's going on. So I was doubling up on the gears there, but this is basically not being used since it has that little exclamation point there. Same thing over here. I had, like, this whole row was having the same issue, so I thought maybe they were clipping into each other and touching, or maybe it had something to do with, you know, maybe it needs to be up against a wall or something. Like, I don't know what the deal is. So I ended up moving them back away from each other, so there's like a little space and they're not near each other, and that seemed to resolve it on this side, but then it made that one do weird stuff. So I don't understand what's going on there. But anyway, hopefully we can figure that out, and I don't know if it's a bug thing or what, but you know, who knows? It could just be me not understanding or seeing there's a message somewhere on my screen with the 4,000 things that are going on right now. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the stuff that I have here, because a lot has changed since the last episode. I did a little bit of playing offline, and then I actually did another recording. However, it crashed out in the middle of it, and then I was just like kind of fed up. My OBS software has been high maintenance lately. I don't know what happened, but there's been a few updates to the software, and now it's just been acting a little more unstable. And so I just kind of gave up, and I decided to start fresh on this morning, basically, and we're just going to kind of catch up. So basically, in the previous episode, I was experimenting with blueprints a little bit, and I'd been watching some other people's videos and learning kind of like how to start utilizing things more vertically and setting up things to be a little bit, you know, better, I guess, you know, space conservative in a sense. And I had this one guy, I'll try to put his link in the information below in the description section to his channel. He has a lot of, you know, decent blueprints that are more on the basic side. There's a lot of people that have blueprints out there, but some of them are like just massive and they do so much, and I'm nowhere near at the level of being able to even, you know, set them up, because I don't even have all the parts. We're still at the basic level of things. So this guy had some basic blueprints which kind of help understand how things can be used, and so that's opened my eyes up quite a bit. And I've made my own as well. So over here we have basically the quicklime system that's set up, and so I've kind of made this using a bunch of conveyors, and that is using these little rock grinders. Now, one thing I did learn also is doing the rocks in the purchasing portal like the way I have it, it's leaving a lot of money on this rail. So if, or on this conveyor belt system. So if I have to like move things around or delete this and make room for something else, I've just lost a ton of money that I'm trying to save for these things. So it was suggested that I actually just plug these and plug them directly into the machine, and that way there's no money being left on the conveyor belt system. And that makes a lot of sense because I've had to remove this line several times, and then I'm just kind of like out that money unless I set up like a chest or something for it to feed from, which is what I've had to do before. So I mean, I guess if you know you're gonna leave it like that, it may not matter. But since I'm having to move things around quite a bit, I think I'm going to make multiple versions of this and then put this in here, because these are like $600 a rock basically, and quite expensive for rocks when wood is only 200. And so I have wood being done over here, and it is being supplied by this box. So this one was doing my rocks, but I've disabled it and I'm letting it run out because, like I said, I don't want to remove it because then I just lose all that money. So I'm letting it do what it needs to do before I start removing this and tearing it down. And I'm going to like reclaim this space over here and start using it to make like glass or something like that. So that's one thing that I've kind of learned. And then one of you guys suggested that, and I guess grinding this charcoal down into powder has a better heat rating than just the charcoal itself. So I may experiment with setting up some grinders over here to see, I don't know what the speed of that is, if that reduces the speed in the output, because that's something else I have to consider since we're running so many items off of the charcoal. But I do have it purchasing wood over here, converting everything to charcoal. And this is a little setup that I've, made to basically churn out charcoal to kind of run our whole operation over here, and seems to be working pretty good. It's got 4 of these in, and it's being funded by the purchasing portal. And then I have, a chest full of money in there. So, and then we have a bit of an overflow catch right there. And this one is running out for whatever reason. And this one, I guess, is, oh, I see. So this one is supplying the line to everything, and then this one is supplying itself. So that's why it's backed up. Well, it's also supplying a little bit of everything too. So it's kind of split in half. I forgot I did add that right there. So then over here, we have our little farm nursery setup thing going on. So we have our flax and we have our sage. And then over here is the red, what the heck is that stuff called? The red currant seed, I guess. And is that what it's called? I can't remember what it is. Yeah, it's something like that. And then that's running through this little conveyor setup over here. And then I set up the this little like conveyor 4-tier system to send everything back this direction. So this is basically capturing all of our main farming resources. And then we have some being split off over here to make our linseed oil and our soap. So we have quite a bit of soap being made. And then this one is the red currant stuff coming in, being turned into liquid. And then we have our quicklime, and then this is being turned into vitality potions. So these I should be able to start selling pretty soon, but we have some quests that we need to use those for, as well as a few other things. So let's go look at that real quick. Let's look at our quests, and let's also check our funds over here. Oh yeah, we're doing good on money. I want to grab all the money. So we got 31 grand in there. Now someone was saying I had like 100,000 in money, and that's probably because I have a bunch of silver. I'm just hanging on to the silver right now. So I know I have a bunch of that, and we could probably start converting our copper into silver, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, so we need to make this. This is the main quest thing. So that's the goal for today's video. I need a bunch of these wooden pulleys. We need some soap. And okay, we do have soap. I need 180, 180. And then this. Oh, I can do this one already. Okay, let's knock that one out. Okay, and in bulk order, we need 2 bulk order, and they're basically the same. Okay, so we need 60 of those. All right, let's do this. Let's go grab all of those, and then let's grab, did I need, I think I needed soap. So we need a bunch of, oh, I'm out of space. Let's go fill up these things real quick. This one needs some cash, I think, in it. So we'll put 5 grand in that one. This guy's always running low, so we'll put 15 in there, and then we'll put another 5 there. Okay. So that leaves us with 11 grand, which is good. Yeah, and then we need the soap. So we need 180, so I'm gonna grab 400 of the soap, and then we also need the pulleys. Need 180 on the pulleys also. Man, I do not have enough room. Okay, I wish we could store something. Okay, let's do this. I should put like a quest box over here, but let me go to this. I have some chests over here. Let's do this, put that in there. And yeah, let's put all this in here. Flax fiber, we're just gonna get rid of that. Linen thread, delete that too. Yeah, I have some stuff in here that we don't really need. And then I have a bunch of seeds, so we're gonna put the seeds there. Okay, what else can I throw out? All right, that's good. My throat is still no bueno. I've been having, my whole family got sick with this strep thing that went around, and man, it has been bad. My wife is still messed up from it. It's been like a month. Okay, so we can do this bulk order. That's a lot of supplies for only 2. Oh, we got 45 silver though. All right, so I need more of those. I need another stash. Do we have another stash? Oh my gosh, we don't. Okay, do I have any over here? I think I do. Nope. Don't. All right, I can't take the silver bars. And we have stone. Okay, well, let's see if we can figure this out here. Put that back there. I need to grab some wood. How's our... Okay, we need to also grab 2 of those. Still, some of these things I'm still like filling manually like that. And okay, so I need to wait till we have more of that, but I think we have enough soap in order to start upgrading our tools and gloves. Okay, good. We have soap, so this will help with our crafting. And then the potion belt, we need 100 of those. Okay, we can do that. And come over here, do the potion belt. Nice. And then how about, oh, we need blue, dang it. Okay, and then we need steel ingots too. I think what the heck is that? Perfume soap. What in the world? Oh, we need more of those. All right, we need to start making steel. Can't speak. How do we do that? I think I've come close to unlocking that. Here we go. Oh, hey, look at these priority splitters. And this is a filter splitter. And that is a merger. Oh, what are we going to use those for? And this is a jewelry shelf. Okay. A shaper. I have no idea what that is. All right, let's do the steel ingots, and then probably need this sphere liquid flask thing too. What should we... Gloom spores. Okay, we need, I think I saw somewhere where I needed some of that. What the heck is that? A Jupiter. The relic? Huh. An advanced fertilizer. Okay, so we can make advanced fertilizer now. Let's unlock that. And, oh, look at this. A cannon. Advanced catapult with no angle restrictions. Longer throw distance and 2 conveyor belt inputs. Ooh, that could be very handy. Can it shoot to multiple things? That's what we need, is a cannon that can fire and fill up multiple shelves. That would be really good. Okay, but I got to unlock that one. So let's unlock that. Okay. And then I should have enough cash to unlock this one too. So we'll go ahead and do that too. Let's see. How much cash do we have in here? Not very much. But I could go pull... Yeah, I could pull 5 grand out of there. That will get us to the other thing unlocked. Okay. And yeah, this steel. How do we make steel? We go here. Where is steel at? Right there. Okay. So that takes iron ingot, coke powder. How do we make coke powder? And the ethanol? Is that how you say that? Huh. Coke powder. Now, how do we make coke powder? Is steel into... Okay. Now, coke into... Oh, you can make that and turn it back into iron. Interesting. Okay. So iron, that's basically... Wait, no, that's not coke. Wait a second. Go back over here. Coke powder. How do we... Oh, how do we make that? Okay. Charcoal powder into the... Oh, into coke. What does this mean? 50%. All right, so this... doesn't that... It has 2 conveyor outputs, and failed products go through the second output. What is a failed product? So is that considered failed? So it has 50% fail ratio? And then that just turns back into charcoal? So we put powder in, goes through here, turns into coke at a rate of 50%, I guess, or a fail rate. And if it doesn't make coke, it just turns back into charcoal. And then we have to start it all over again. And to grind that is just charcoal into heat value. Okay, so that has heat value of 52, heat value of 62. And then let's go back to the coke. That has a, holy cow, that has a heat value of 780. Wow. And that has a heat value of 858. Whoa. Okay. So that has a really high... Man, okay. How do we should work on that. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's get some things being sold. So I want to... Oh, wait, did we unlock the cannon? We did. Here's the cannon. Okay. So this is supposed to... I wonder, can we just shoot it from over here? Oh, I need steel. Okay. Where... Okay, we gotta make this. All right, goods. Oh, where the heck is it? There it is. All right, so we need iron, coke powder. So we got to do the coke powder anyway. Oh boy. All right. And okay, we're gonna have to automate our steel production, or actually our iron. Okay, do that. So this right here, I need to double up on. Okay, this is making our nails, but it's also storing that too. All right, where are we going to put that? I'm waiting for this to run out, so this would be a good place to put it right here. So let me see what I can do to speed this up and rearrange this, because we have the wood thing. I don't need the wood thing all the way right there. And that is going that direction. Okay, guys, let me give me a minute. I'm going to move this stuff around. This is our clay production. And let me see if I can build a better setup here. It's a little more, just to recoup some space. This stuff is spread all over the place. Okay, let's see. I'll be back in a second here with this. All right, guys. Okay, here's where we're at. So I have steel production going, and I used this guy as a blueprint to try to learn some things. I was trying to do it on my own, and it was just getting to be massively huge. And this dude had like this super compact system set up, and I was like, how the heck is he doing all this? And then I realized that one big thing here is I didn't know, like I thought these were for stone, these crushers, but you can actually buy coal, and I had no idea that that opened up for me over in the store over here. So now, like, this was locked before and I couldn't buy it, so it's super expensive. But now we can buy coal ore, and then we crush that up using the crusher, and then it creates the coal, and the coal has a much higher, where the heck is it? A much higher fuel burn rate. So it's at 450 plus 162 on the heat value. So I guess that's because of some of the upgrades I've done, that we have a bonus of 162 on that. But comparing it to this, which is what I'm using to run most everything, it's at 40 plus 12. So I mean, these burn like every second basically, and it goes through pretty quick. And then this actually lasts a good while because it's 450 on the heat. So that is huge. So I bought a bunch of those, put them up here, and so that is grinding those down into coal bits. And then that is coming over into these furnaces here, which is smelting down the ore, and the iron ore into iron ingots. And so that's coming through over here. And so so basically the coal comes through here, goes down these little elevator things, goes into the crucible, and right here it gets converted into coke powder. So it goes through the crucible, then it gets grinded up there, converted into coke powder, and then that is coming into these things, these anthenor. Is that how you say that? I don't know if I'm saying that right. And so the ingots are getting put into there, and then we have the coke powder over here, and then that is pumping out iron ingots. So this is our rate. So basically we have a 75% chance to make iron ingots, and then 25 there to make steel, I guess. Or maybe this one's just doing iron. I don't understand. And then we have this one over here, which iron's going in, 25 steel. Yeah, so that is pumping out iron ingots. And then I guess, yeah, there goes a steel one. Okay. And so over here we have 67 steel ingots, and then over here we have a lot more in here being stored of the iron ingots. So those are getting filtered out into this area. So if it's iron, it goes into this box. If it's steel, it goes into this box. And these have a 25% chance to create the thing, which is kind of weird, because I thought when we looked at the thing, let me find it over here. Yeah, so here's the Athenor. Am I saying that right? I feel like that's a weird word. I've never heard of that word before. So I guess earlier when we unlocked this, it said there was a 50-50 chance, but I guess maybe that is different based on our level of sorts. So if we go to here, we go to upgrades. I guess maybe that if we change the efficiencies here, so I have those are fuel efficiencies, but we do have production. So 25%. So maybe if we increase this, now by increasing the efficiencies here, we also increase our consumption speed by 25%. That's why I've been putting a bunch over here, so we don't have to use so much fuel. So it's kind of, everything has a bit of a, you take a hit in one area. So with this, we gain 25% on production speed, but then we take a hit in its consumption of fuel. And so that affects this over here. Same thing with all of this. Lifter speed is 25%. I really do wish that also these lifters right here could be, like, we could change the way that they orient in a few other directions, because we were very limited, and maybe that opens up later. I don't know if we get like advanced lifts or something that have a better way to orient things, because right now there's only this orientation, and it would be nice if we had an arrow on one side and an arrow on the opposite side, direct opposite, instead of to the side, I guess, instead of coming in one way and then going out through the side way. I don't know exactly, but how to say that, I guess. But yeah, it just seems like, if we could have it not, be directly straight through, I guess, in a straight line rather than like an adjacent line, that would help if we could change it instead of the direction to change, a different way. And maybe I'm just missing it or something, but it seems like that would be very helpful. So maybe that's something that unlocks later as an advanced item. But okay, cool. So we do have this going. I'm not going to run it full time because man, it's expensive. I'm probably going to add some type of purchasing portal on top to purchase the, I guess, the materials, because these seem to last a good bit, about a good amount of time on these. I gotta speak words all of a sudden. It's kind of early in the morning, guys, so I don't function as well. I haven't had any coffee or anything, so yeah. All right, well, I guess we're gonna let this run, and this is a pretty handy little setup, you know, and it kind of taught me how to compact, you know, these items here into a way that we have a fairly efficient setup. So that is good thing there. So I guess we can I'm gonna grab these, and then let's grab the steel, and then maybe we can make these little the cannon now. Let's go to our cannon. There it is. Oh, I need gear. Oh my God, I need steel gears. God dang. Okay, we got to make those now. Maybe I just should use the catapults for now. Let's get the catapults going, because I do need to make some money. And so we'll just use catapults for now. I was kind of hoping to use those, but now that we have to make I thought those were regular gears. So I guess we're just going to plop these. We're going to do one there, and there. Get these going like so. I don't know exactly what I'm going to put in all of these. Okay. So this one, oh, this actually needs to go over here. So let's do this. Oh, okay, let's get rid of this. All right, guys. Okay, man, I have figured something out. First, I got the other items set up over here so that we can sell these, and we have some cash coming in. And then I'm kind of slowly converting our copper or whatever, so the copper coin, into silver. Because we actually overflowed or whatever. We filled up too much on on the copper, and so I needed to start converting it. So I don't know if I need to convert all of it. Like, I don't know. So I guess we can carry that around. That'll make it easier, I guess, to buy things. I'm not sure if I don't know. I don't know how that is going to work. But I just noticed there's something in this game, and I asked this at the very beginning of the video. It has to do with these conveyor belts. And I was like looking at this thing closer, and I was getting ready to start making some steel gears and things like that. And I was like looking at this entry, because I was noticing, for whatever reason, this one right here is not feeding this furnace. And I don't understand why it's not doing it. For some reason, that conveyor, oh, I see. Actually, I can see why. It's backwards. I did not do that. So I just now saw it. So see that conveyor? It's going out instead of in. So how do we make it? How do we change this around? Let's go. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, nice. So we put that back in there. Now that one is functioning. Okay. All right. So back to what I meant to say. These things, I was noticing like they're feeding in from the back and they're coming out to the front. So when you put one of these down, there's always one that's to the side adjacent. And I was like, what in the world? And no matter how you rotate it, you can't get it to go the other way. And there's nothing in like the tutorial or information that really tell you how to use this. So I was like, there has to be a way, because it's right there. And I was like, is it this one, or is there something I'm missing? But you know, if you guys are running into the same issue, you have to place it, hold the mouse button with the left mouse button as if you're going to raise it up to a level, and then you just hit R and it rotates the top of it. Since the bottom of it is now planted down, you can now do that with it. Oh, that's going to save me so much, because I have been struggling with doing weird routing like this over here when I didn't need to do all of this funky monkey stuff. And especially with this one, because I was restrained to, you know, going in one direction and exiting a different direction, and I couldn't get it to just do what I wanted. So now I can like redesign this stuff to be a lot more compact, because I was like looking at this guy's blueprint. I was like, how the heck did he get this thing so compact when you, with these elevator things, you cannot, you know, turn the input output in to be opposed to each other, or, you know, going in one way and coming out the other way. And it was just driving me crazy. And then I started to notice that over here, I was like, oh, okay. And that led me down the rabbit hole of trying to figure this out, because I was like rotating it and all of that. There needs to be another setting that says left mouse button to raise and hit R to rotate it. Because like this setup right here is a lifesaver. And then this one doing that is also a lifesaver. So I was like, man, okay, well, that solves that. We are running out of our stuff over here. I may go ahead and divert, since we have a fairly good amount of the charcoal coming in over here. I may go ahead and just siphon off of this like that. And this way we'll still keep this thing chooching along, I guess, and making our silver ingots like that, because we have 41 over here and we probably have a ton of iron. Yeah, not as much as I thought. So okay, let's make the I want to make some gears, but I'm just going to do it like, do we need the assembler? We need an assembler, I think, and then we can just plop that down. And then I think I'm just going to, just for simplicity's sake, let's take this guy and plug it in like this. And then I think all we got to do is just put the thing in, and then, oh no, it's not. Is it not the assembler? Crap. Okay, hang on. I'm using the wrong thing. What do we need to make that? Shoot. All right, let me find it. Okay, here it is. So steel ingot goes into processor. That's the processor. Okay. So where that is not, is that a processor? That's assembler. Where the heck? I thought I had some processors laying around. I guess I could just go here and use it right there. Okay. So there we go. So now we can just put that like that, turn this on, set that to make those. And then we'll just put another box on this end, and then that should feed those into here like so. So that, yep, there we go. So now we have a steel gear. Okie dokie. All right, well, that makes that easier. And then I can get rid of this whole setup for making nails, since we have, oh, we got to keep this going. Yeah, all right, we got to keep this supplied. Where there is we do have an entrance right there on those, so I could keep this. All right, how can we put these things on top here? One of these purchasing portals. Oh, it doesn't go on like that. How are we gonna do this? So it won't go on there. Can we do like that? Oh crap! Here, go in. That. Okay, let's put this down. All right, and then remove that one. Move this one. And now put our purchasing portals down. Okay, all right, I could spin it around. So it won't go on there. All right, it needs to fit. See, that one is feeding directly into it. Oh, that one is too. Why is this one not? Oh, because it's kind of canted off to one side. Okay, I see. So let's do number 5. Let's just put this like that. Build this up. Okay, if we build this side up like this, then we can put a purchasing portal. Yes, right there. One right there. One right there. Okay. That will keep, yeah, that will keep our iron working. And then can we put something on top of that? I don't think we can we? Yeah, we can't put anything there. So how am I going to get that one to feed over to there? That is a dilemma. All right, so let me try this. I think I have a different idea. Now that I can use my conveyors, I can do this. Turn that around like that. Hold it down and do it like that, I think. Okay, then I can copy like so. And then don't we have some beams we can put up here? Where are the beams at? Let's do beams like this. Rotate around. Okay, extend it out. How do we make these beams go across this thing? One more. Oh shoot. That's a big metal beam. That's not what I need. Will that go all the way? Huh. Now that requires more steel. So I can grab all of that. And if we did metal beams across... Oh, shoot. I really wish I could do... Invalid positioning. So it won't let us put that across. I wonder why. Can it not hang off? Yeah, I don't like that. And this doesn't hang off either. Man, I don't like that. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we can use a shelf. Sometimes, oh yeah, there we go. The shelf kind of works. All right, how do we... Let me see if I can get this to stick on here somehow. All right, so I was able to put a shelf down. It's kind of weird. Shelf is kind of like a build tool that we can use. So now I can put our blocks to go across like this. And then one right there. One like that. Okay, and now I should be able to put the purchasing portals like this. Turn it around. There's one. There's one. There's one. Nice. Okay, cool. So that... Now, if I try to delete... I see it does get rid of the purchasing. Okay. That's what I was afraid of. All right. We need to be able to jump up on these things a little easier. All right. So let's put that there. Put this there. I need to be able to get to the box though. So can I take that out? All right, where is the... I have the chest. Where the heck did it go? I guess it's directly... Okay. Let me figure out a better way to do... Yep, we got to figure this out. Okay, let me adjust this. Okay, got it figured out. So basically, I moved this storage box out one, and because I needed a platform here, and then I put purchasing portals on top, so that'll keep this stocked up with the iron ore. And then over here, I still have to keep buying these things. I was going to try to put purchasing portals for these, but man, they're expensive. So I think I'm going to manually do these for now, and then I may build a purchasing portal for this to keep it going. It just depends on how much we're going to need the steel, but I'm sure we're going to need a ton of it. So I'll be able to put some money in here. We're just going to do 35s because that's like 35 grand right there. And then that's going to go out through here. Did that all just go into that one? Where'd all that go? Wait, I thought it was going to split up. Okay, buying price 12. Well, that one is full. Where'd all that money go? Sent 26. Huh. Okay. Well, 1200 copper. Yeah, it just shot all of it through there. So, okay, well, I may switch that back to copper. Oh, god dang. All right, we just got this. Man, I raked in some money though, 42. And how much did we spend? Probably a lot since I had to buy so much ore. Wow, we were in profit, so that's good. Okay, I'm gonna turn this thing off and sent to 900. I don't know what this means. Conversion amount. So, okay. Guess we will just switch that back to copper. Yeah, okay. So that's just going to switch it over to here. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I thought I was going to split it over to this thing a little more. But just put all the money into just the one instead of splitting it. I thought it would send one coin at a time to each one of these things. But I guess it didn't do that. So I don't know. All right, we'll figure that out. I might get our money back on this one if I can. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it like that. All right, so got our gears over here too. So let's grab our gears, and then I should be able to make one of those dang cannons. I really want to try out the cannon thing just to see how it functions. Here's the cannon. So finally we can put one of these down. Now, what's the distance on these? I'm kind of curious. It says it can fire from any angle. So let's just see if it can go from here. Obstacle. Oh, it's shooting way up there. Wow. Okay. So it can fire up pretty high. So if we need to fire over to the, oh wow, so it can fill those things up. Can't quite get there because it's clipping into the roof. I could remove the roof. Let's see. I don't need these roofs here anyway for right now. I was just playing with them. So now if I put that over to there, oh, what is it still clipping into the roof? All right, we'll get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. Okay, now let's try. It is. Okay. So that is firing over to there. And now we can... Now, can it fire multiple... I wish it can't fire multiple shots, can it? That would be kind of cool if it could. Let's just try. Let's get rid of this one. And that one's going there. This one is going... All right, let's get this to make sense. All right, this one is going there. That one going there. This one going there. All right, and then this is being fired from over here. Okay. Let's just see how that works. I do like the distance we can get on that. So we'll have to wait until some people buy some stuff. Oh, no, we didn't have anything in there. All right. Our reputation is at 20 now. Yay. We have some money coming in. That is good. Oh, somebody bought something for 6 silver. Okay, that's good. And can we just... I wish we could turn these things... I wish there was an off button. Maybe there is. I'm just not seeing it. Okay. All right, okay. We're gonna let that run, and what do we need to do next? Okay, we got to get to making this potion thing. Where the heck is it? I don't think I've unlocked it yet. This guy right there. Okay, we should be able to unlock that now. Research it. So gloom spores, and it looks like, okay, we unlocked the bouncy shroom. And what do we have over here? A relic shelf. A shelf of adjustable size for displaying and selling relics. Well, what is a relic? Is this a relic? That's a relic. Okay. And a knowledge altar. Okay. Building costs 24 stone. A device that can... Oh yeah. Okay. Can withdraw alchemy knowledge automatically from relics and upgrade knowledge level with one conveyor belt. Input. Interesting. So, okay, let's research that. Probably should research a jewelry thing and the relic shelf. Weird. All right, so now we can make these things. So we need to figure this out. So if we go to here, oh no, here, there it is. We need coke powder, gloom spores, and assembler. Okay. Gloom spores. So I know how to make the coke powder. Okay, that is... Okay, to make coke, we need charcoal powder. Okay, we can make it through there, or we can put a grinder in, I think. All right, we're gonna have to experiment with that. And let's do, oops, go back. Where? Goods. Okay, so then a gloom spore is gloom fungus. And rotten logs. Okay, we have to buy rotten logs, I guess. Table saw, rotten logs, gloom fungus. And planks. We can make planks out of that? Or do we get planks? I think we get... Wait, we get both? Huh. Okay. Okay, so we need some of these things. I think I saw that you could buy the rotten logs right there. They're 2,000 a piece. Okay, we'll do 3 of those. Okay. And you know what? All right, let's set over here. Let's just do a thing like so. And put... I wish we could change this to put down rotten logs. Okay. So those are the rotten logs. And let's go ahead and make a storage thing like that. Okay, and then from the rotten logs, let's just do an output right there. Okay, there we go. So we're getting gloom fungus. And now jewelry, I mean not jewelry. This. Okay, so we just need that. So we just need, oh no, we got a gloom spores need to be there. Yeast powder. How do we, an assembler, and we make that. Oh shoot, we gotta make yeast. Okay, well, that's those 2 things. Soap powder and fruit wine in a blender. My gosh, makes yeast powder. Okay, so we have our fruit wine over here. What happened? Why'd our production stop? Our nursery? What in the world's going on with the nursery? Okay, we are not producing very much. We're not producing very much of the plant ash. Okay, we need more plant ash coming in. So that's from here. Oh man, our production has taken a big hit. Okay, so that's being split off, going over here to make the healing potions. We got to keep those going. So that quicklime, we're okay on quicklime. We're we're doing good on the quicklime. All right, we need to increase our plant ash. Okay, let me figure this out. Can't really. Yeah, we gotta process more. I guess more sage. Let me figure out what to do with the plant ash. All right, guys. Okay, so I got a bit distracted on some things. I ended up purchasing the rest of the block because I needed some space to try to span out over here. I'm really needing to get the ash situation under control. So this thing, right, the plant ash is kind of like my main issue right now because it's what I'm using to generate fertilizer. and the fertilizer is not producing very much. So I could double up on all of this, but I'm still not making enough plant ash to do that. So I have this little crazy conveyor contraption thing up here, and it is converting the sage into the plant ash. But the issue that I'm running into is kind of like this circular, I guess, resource management problem where I need some of the sage to go down that way, which is dealing with our production of the healing potions so that we can sell those over here. So I don't need to make a whole lot. So like kind of like what I have coming in here is enough to keep this box full and keep things kind of going along a bit, just at a slow rate, as you guys can see. But people are not. We're getting close to running out, but we're managing to stay just on the edge of keeping things stocked up over here. And then this is the vitality potion, which is doing great. So no issues with that. And then we have glass over here, and we have stone. I don't have this quite automated. I mean, it is automated, but I'm just manually putting them in boxes here like this. I have them automated over here. So I just got rid of all of this. This was like a crazy mess of things. And now that I've figured out how to turn this crazy conveyor belt elevator thing around into the right directions now, it has made things considerably much more easier and making sense. So while I'm looking at like other people's blueprints, like this guy right here, now I understand how the heck he did everything. And so I'm able to make somewhat of my own blueprint of things, which is this is producing glass and bricks at the same time. And it's basically running off of the charcoal that's coming in. My charcoal, I ran out for a second, so I had to divert some over here, but this is getting better. So anyway, I have this producing the stones to keep all of this going along so that we can keep our quicklime powder chooching along, basically, because it's having to make our vitality potions, and it's having to feed into our fertilizer. So one thing that I want to do, I had to disconnect the red currant plant because it was taking too much of the fertilizer away and I'm not producing enough. So I think we're going to look at dealing with the other fertilizer. So if we go here, we did unlock an advanced fertilizer. Where the heck is it? So this one right here, this one has a nutrient value of 144 plus 14, and this one has a nutrient value of 720, considerably more. However, in order to craft it, we have to make the basic fertilizer and this crazy gloom fungus, which I have a little setup over here to take some of the rotten wood and convert it into, looks like it converts it into wood and the gloom fungus. I don't know exactly. I might need to set a purchasing portal up for that because we're going to have to keep purchasing it from the store. And I don't know, I have these like little mini things set up to just do one thing while so I can have the resources for it. Like this is making gears for us, and that way I can make these little cannon things over here, which I'm just kind of testing out. I might scrap that because it's not really needed. I just wanted to try it out because I needed it for this thing right there. But these little launchers are working out just fine. So this is kind of expensive to make considering it takes steel and gears. And this thing's, running pretty good, although I have to keep filling it up with the charcoal, and that is expensive because it's like $4,500, but it is giving us some steel, just not at a super fast rate, and we're getting lots of iron. So I don't know. And then over here I have this thing, which is interesting. I didn't know what to do with this little dispatch portal thing, but apparently if we chunk in a bunch of bandages into it, because that's the only thing I have unlocked, if we fill this up, then it pays us out with 12 silver, and that goes into here. So yeah, we've done 2 silver. So that is, what is it? Is it the 1,000 coin for, I mean, 1,000 copper for 1 silver. Is that right? So is that like 200 grand or something like that? So I don't know. Or is that, wait, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much the silver is convert to. I'll have to look that up here. But yeah, so silver, we can craft silver. Oh wait, we can make silver bars. Holy cow. Okay, well, we'll worry about that later. But yeah, this also, yeah, I ran out of stuff over here too, so I just running all over the place. And see, I got to fill this thing back up with more ore and throw that in right there. And then this, I have this, yeah, this is basically breaking down the coal chunks into here, which is keeping all this filled up so that, because these have a long burn rate, so that's good. So that will keep things going. And then we'll have our nails going over here, which are totally packed. And then we have more silver, I mean, not silver, iron ingots going right there. So that's running pretty good. I just probably need to do the same thing over here with wood. We probably need to set up a wood purchasing thing to keep our bowls and our gears going, because we're running out of gears now. So I might do that here in a second, but I really need to figure out the advanced fertilizer. I think that's going to help us keep producing without having to need so much plant ash. But I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. So I might check out the guy that I got the blueprints for over here for this thing. He has I guess an advanced fertilizer thing, but it needs a bazillion resources. So I'm not sure. I may try that and just see if that can just help out with our fertilizer situation. So I don't know. I may look at that here in a second. But yeah, this is kind of like what we have going on. I've been using a lot of these little purchasing portals, especially over here. I did this, and this is, you know, wait, where am I at? I'm all lost now. Right here. Okay. So this is making our sand production and our brick production. So I have the purchasing portals going into here, and that's shooting stone into these things. And then that is going through, there's a whole big mess that goes underneath all of this that is producing sand. Sand is being stored in this container right here. And then it goes out and up to the conveyors into the kilns. And then these are producing glass, and so the glass is coming around and then back down, and then that is getting stored into there. And then we have a little bit of the sand being diverted off over to the assembler, which is making clay. And then we have some coal coming in every so often. I got to really improve this coal line. And so that is getting ground up, and then with the coal powder, and then coming up to here and making clay, and then the clay is going into the kiln and doing whatever. But I'm running low on my coal, so we gotta get this set back up. So I have an overflow here. This is totally full, and this one isn't. So I think the best thing to do, because we're not needing it to go that way, I think I'm going to have to divert it over. I don't know what the best way to do that is. So I guess we're going to split it here like this, and maybe that will keep that line fed. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to, I don't really know. I'm still learning resource management here and trying to remember the burn rate and certain usability rates of all the different materials to get the best throughput of everything. But it's going to take a while to get all that figured out. It's kind of very satisfactory, like, you know, where there's certain speed of the belt versus, you know, how fast certain things, you know, produce in each one of the I guess pieces of equipment. I guess I don't know what to call that exactly, but you know, the burn rate's different, and then the rate of this is different sometimes, and then sometimes it's the same. So I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, let's try to figure out, I know I'm kind of like shaking all around right now because I'm buzzing back and forth between all the different resources. So I finally got this producing pretty good. So this is the sage, which we can get that sage streaming in pretty good. Then that keeps our plant ash going. But I'm going to have to figure out something else on the blueprint. And if I show you guys, let's take a look here. Here is the thing. These are all the blueprints that I got from that dude. And some of them are mine, some of them are someone else's. And I don't know. Some of them don't work very well and I don't use them. But the one that I'm talking about is this one that's fully automated fertilizer setup. So this one here, we need all of these resources. I need tons of wood, tons of rope, tons of nails, a bunch of iron ingots, and I need 240 steel ingots. So I need a lot of that. That's one thing I'm kind of waiting on. And then we need 8 seeds. So I have most of that, but this is how big it is. And if we set it down, that's why I bought all this space over here, is to try to put this thing in. This will be the largest blueprint thing that I've put in. But I gotta get all the resources for it. So I may make a box over here, like just a storage box that we can put all the, I don't even have enough materials to make a storage box. Just so that I can, let's just take everything out of that. That's 1,000 iron ingots. So we have to look at how much that blueprint needs for this thing right here. Now that's gonna make the basic blueprint, and then there's one here for advanced, and I could do this, but I don't really know. Like, I think in order to make this work, we're gonna have to feed it fertilizer along with some other stuff. Oh, the fungus stuff. So there's two outputs on the front side, and then there's inputs on the side. So I might mess with this and see. We'll go ahead and, since I can build this now, I'm gonna go ahead and plop that right there. And yeah, it might, I don't know how this thing, these are the assemblers. Oh, see, we're gonna have to pump in shrooms on one side. So this one, it needs basic fertilizer on one side, which means the top row needs to be like the fungus stuff, and then the bottom row needs to be the fertilizer, the regular fertilizer. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is cool and all, but I need to get the other advanced, not advanced, but fully automated fertilizer setup going. That is hopefully more efficient than what I have going on over there. And then maybe we can learn from it. So if I do this, hit shift, and we can take that. So we're learning some things over here, and then we can take all our resources back. Okay. And then we can put down, let's see, build. Let's just put that in there. Okay. So in order to build this thing, we need fully automatic. We need a ton of stone. Okay. So let's put all of the stone. We have enough stone in here. Okay. And then what is the other thing we need? We need basic. Okay, we need wood. So I need 1753 wood. Let's just say 200 rope, and then 1200 nails and ink. Oh, I need only 308 ingots. Okay, so we could put one there, one there. Okay, that's enough ingots. We'll throw in, I think we need all the wood and then all the nails. So we need more nails. And then let's see, how much wood? We have 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's just make this even with that. And go back to the blueprint. Look here. All right, so we need 17 wood. We need 200 rope. Okay. We need a ton of nails. All right, let me go grab all this stuff here and see what we can do. Okay, guys. All right, so I am waiting for this thing to pump out some more steel ingots so that we can make the fertilizer thing. But in the meantime, I've been figuring out how to make this potion that we need, the transformation potion. So I've been going through this little setup here. And so I have a crusher crushing the coal or whatever it's called. And then that is doing the coal there, which is then using it to fuel the furnace. And then the furnace is using the crucible to make it into coke. And then that is getting ground up here to make it into powdered coke. And then this is going into the assembler, which should allow us to make that. But I have to put in, we have to put in the gloom spores. So the gloom spores are going to be made up of these things here, the gloom fungus, which I guess in order to do the gloom spore things or whatever, gloom, we need to do gloom, wait, here it is. So how do we do that? That goes there. And then we have to make it into yeast powder. And then this. Okay, so we need yeast powder. Then another assembler. So how do we do the yeast powder? The yeast powder is soap and fruit wine into a blender. Okay, so we do have soap and fruit wine over here, but I have it paused or stopped at the moment. So here's our soap. So this is the fruit. Wait, is this the fruit wine? No, the fruit wine goes into this and then into here. Okay, so fruit wine it. Man, all right. Okay, so how are we gonna do that? So we still are dealing with this issue over here. Okay, well, let me get this set back up because that, wait, this, yeah, there's the fruit wine coming into there. So that and that is then making that. And okay. So let me crank this back on. Okay, I got the red recurrent stuff. What is it called? This stuff here, which is, yeah, fruit wine. And now I'm mixing with the soap powder, which we have gobs of. We can do that pretty easily. So now that is starting to produce yeast powder. And then I can take the yeast powder and run it over here. Oh my gosh, I got such a mess going on because my inventory is full. And I need to empty my inventory somewhere. So let's just do over here. Let's take all the wood, put it there. And then let me grab all this mess up right here. Get all this. There we go. All right, give me. Okay, that should be good. So that was the potions there. And we have coal. We can put that over in this area. Okay, so we have the yeast coming in. Wait, no, what happened there? That is not yeast. Oh, crap. Okay, that is a mess. Okay, so now we need the assembler. Turn that around. And let's plug this into there. And then I got to clear this line of all of these things. But we'll do that here in a second. Let me take all of these. These are vitality potions that I had in that chest. So let's get all these. Is there a way to clear this line quickly? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section. All right. Okay. Got that settled. So now we can route this over to here and then go into there. And then if we take one of these guys, plug it there. Yeah, it is set to make those potions, so we should have the gloom spores coming out. We gotta set this to gloom spore. Gloom spore, make it. Look at that, hot diggity. Okay, so we are glooming and sporing. Lots of glooming and sporing. Man, this has taken a long time to get all this stuff figured out. We need more of the red current stuff coming through, but that's just kind of an issue that we're going to deal with the plant ash. But I think we have enough steel that I can... Where did all my wood go? That's all the wood. So do we have enough to make that crazy guy's blueprint? That should help us with this. I need cogs. Oh my god, we need mini cogs. Okay. All right. Grab those. That should be enough, right? Blueprint it. Super automated. Oh, look at all that. Holy cow. It has taken a lot. My whole inventory is full. But hopefully, if we can get enough of these things produced over here, I need like 100 of those, then should be able to expand our backpack, which is right there. Yeah, we need 80. So once we get 80, we will gain another however many slots. It doesn't really tell me. Oh, wait. Oh, plus 24? Wow, that's going to give me 24 slots? Okay, that would be great. Because we're kind of like limited on our inventory. So would that be 20? Really? 24? Wait, Yeah, 24 slots. Okay, well, hopefully that will do it. All right, let's build this crazy dude's blueprint. Where is it? Oh my gosh, how many times can I open up the windows? All right, so there we go. Let's slap this bad boy down. Have no idea. I'm just gonna assume. All right, is there an input and output? I can't tell. Looks like we might have an output there or input. Can't really tell. I got to follow all the arrows. What's on this? I think we're just gonna slap it down and see what happens. Should have everything we need for this, so we'll just kind of do it right there. Okay, so we got our plants going now. Do we need to jumpstart this? Will it start producing, or do I need to like some of these blueprints we kind of have to jumpstart? Oh, here we go. Metal storage box. What do we put in this thing? That goes there. Do we need some sage? Then there's also, I saw that there were other boxes around this crazy contraption. Maybe right there. Let's see what. Okay, that looks like that needs fertilizer to go into these things to make them start producing. This, we may need some kind of starter on the furnace, but nothing's coming in, so maybe we need to collect some fertilizer first. Let's do that. Let's do fertilizer and grab some of these. Okay, let's see if this is what we need. Let's split the fertilizer up and we'll put some in there and we'll put some over here and see if that jump starts this system, because these are going to need fertilizer. Looks like that one did something just now. That one just did something. Okay, so they made some fertilizer. And then, yep, here we go. We have some stuff coming out. That should come through. And then we need a, I don't know if this, how self-sustained this thing is. Oh, what do we put up in here? Okay. Do I need to put, yeah. Okay, I have a feeling we're gonna need some of these coal things. So let's go grab some of these expensive coal things. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see if putting those up here, because it can't be stone. It has to be something to cook off all that, because we're making ash. But there's 6 of them up here. So how do these get replenished? Wait, something comes in through here. I don't really know. Okay, there's something that comes up through here. Gotta see how this thing works. Oh, what the heck is that? Oh, we have a portal thing. Oh, maybe we just throw some money in this box. Let's go grab some funds. Maybe this will kickstart everything off. Let's grab some money. Got a bunch in here, so we're just gonna grab all of it. And let's jump up here. Okay, so that's gonna grind some stone, it looks like. So let's just chunk in some money there. That looks like it should pop out stone. Okay, so I guess we're gonna just let this thing build up, and now one went that way, and then what is this doing over here? That's going that way, up and over. Oh, it put stone down there. Interesting. Now, is that supposed to be stone, or is that supposed to be... Yeah, okay. So I bet this is supposed to be coal. Because this comes out there. Looks like it's going to go down to there. And so up over there, down. Can't really tell how far that goes, but it looks like it goes all the way down around and then maybe into here. Because these have to get some kind of hole going at somehow. So I would imagine sticking one of these on top. Let's see what happens here. So that should come out over this way. Oh no, it's going that way. Oh, that's the rocks. Okay. So that's going down. And I bet that's going to come through maybe this area and into there. Now these are filled with rocks. Okay, that makes sense. All right. And then, oh, that's collecting sage. Sage is going into there. All right. That just got fed somehow. Oh yeah, coal. Okay, cool. So the coal is coming in to there. So hopefully we have a piece going into this. Oh yeah, we do. All right, cool. Okay, so that is where that goes. We can fill that up, and that's going to keep that going. And then we just need to keep this topped off with cash. I probably need a bigger thing of cash here. Let's grab that. Let's put a bigger thing, turn that around, and let's throw a bunch in there to keep this thing going. Okay, and then this is going to be like an overflow, I guess. Now where the heck is the, I don't know, where is the stuff coming from? Okay, so we have the fertilizer going there. There has to be like a fertilizer output somewhere, right? Let's see, what was this? Yeah, it's an automated fertilizer system, but where the heck is it storing from? Now this is coming in. I can't see anything coming in from this way. So we have that is being ground up. We have rocks coming in there. All that's coming into there. And then the fertilizer's got to be, see, that's the thing, it's got to recycle back through. And nothing on top, right? Okay, this is chunking in. Yeah, and that's just flowing right back out into there. Okay, keeping everything going. And that's doing the exact same thing. So we got two sides coming in. Where isn't there like a fertilizer output over here somewhere? I don't see it. Am I missing it? Yeah, it's not coming through there. I don't see anything coming through on the bottom. Oh yeah, that's the coal. Okay. And oh, there, wait, there it is. Plant ash. Okay. So where is that being stored at? Let's see, anything? Well, I don't see anything else. I think we're gonna have to let it run for a little bit and maybe get into full production. Sometimes it takes a moment for this stuff to get running fully. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping this will give us either plant ash or fertilizer. We got plant ash going there. Fertilizer is streaming through pretty good. All right, guys. Okay. This thing finally seems like it has started to hit full production mode, but boy, does it burn through my money very quickly. So I had to just refill it with a ton of money because it goes through the stone really fast because it has six stone crusher things in here. And then it is producing stone like crazy. So we got to make sure we're making some money somewhere. I got to figure that out. But I think over here we're almost able to upgrade. We have 35 in there. This line hit like, yeah. See, where does that potion come from? I don't understand. Why is it making a ring? Oh, right there. Where is it getting the stuff to make the random potion? All right, make that, please. Okay. And then, is that what's happening? Is it making the wrong thing? I don't even know how it's able to do that. It's not even getting the right materials. So that's odd. Okay, so that should start coming through a little quicker now. That's crazy. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Weird. Okay, so this is starting to produce. So if we could look over here, this thing is full of fertilizer now. And same with this. So this might be a good time to put the advanced fertilizer in, but what do we need for the advanced fertilizer? So that takes regular fertilizer and the gloom fungusy stuff. Great. Okay. So gloom fungus stuff. All right, we have part of that going over here for this thing, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. All right, well, actually, I'm probably going to build a separate thing. But if we can do the advanced fertilizer, then we can use the advanced fertilizer to run like our crops over here. And we won't need the flax to be dedicated because that is over here producing fertilizer. And well, I guess, yeah, we'll use the flax to run all the other stuff over there. I think that might be the best solution, but I'm going to have to build the advanced fertilizer thing. So I'll worry about the next episode. Right now, I want to get all of this stuff going and get us to the next achievement. So that's, man, we got 100 to go for that. That should get us to level 5, but we haven't even finished off everything on the tech tree. Or not level 5, level 6. So we still need these. And I may need to start selling the turquoise jewelry. So in order to do that, we need our healing potions. But the healing potion, I need the flax production to be sand, not a problem. And then the assembler, and then we could sell those. Those have a high price of 270. Now these have even a higher price of 623. So we're doing good on that, but I don't know. How about these? Those are only 30 silver. Wait, it's okay. 30 silver. And that's 270 on those, but that's pretty easy to make. So that might not be a bad deal. But selling transformation potions actually will make us a lot of money. And then also, if I can get the gears to be sold too, that will make us some money. Bandages. I need bandages to come in, but I have bandages. Oh, we're squatted. Okay. I have bandages coming through here. And so that has made us 36,000. Is that right? I think that's right. So 36,000. We have bandages there. And then if I had the green potions coming in, that would make this go a lot faster. Okay. All right, cool. And then we have bandages there. So tons of bandages. That's not a problem. So let me put that in there. And okay. All right, cool. So we got to work on that. And then I think getting this flax line producing and having faster throughput on all this, and then maybe going to the advanced fertilizer. So I think I'll work on the advanced fertilizer. That shouldn't be too bad, and I'll just add it in line here. Maybe we can put it on top. Not sure. But anyway, all right. Well, I'm going to expand on this thing. This guy's, and also I'm going to link this dude's video in the, I guess his main YouTube channel in the description below, where you guys can go and see what he's done and check out his blueprints. So like I said, I like his stuff just because it's more, I mean, this is pretty advanced, but a lot of it is kind of basic stuff. So I've seen other people's blueprints where the blueprint's like the size of this whole lot, and it's insane, and it does all kinds of crazy stuff. And we haven't even reached the high enough level to be even able to use some of this stuff. So at this point, this dude's layout seems to be working pretty good. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to end the episode here. We made some good progress with figuring out some blueprint stuff and getting our production line, you know, a little more streamlined and functioning a little better, and are able to sell more stuff now and make a great, I wouldn't say a great deal more money, but I guess we are, since we're collecting silver now. It seems like a lot of our customers are paying in silver. So that, I guess, is a upgrade. Yeah, so we got 8,000 right there in silver. So that's pretty good. I guess pretty soon all of our items will be so expensive that the silver will produce. Oh no, I'm running out of this stuff. But anyway, all right, I got to get this line back on track too. So we got to make those potions that they sell for a lot of money. And which one? Yeah, these guys right here sell for 330, and then we'll start selling those too. And should have these 69. Okay, well, I still need more to go. But all right, guys, we'll address that in the next episode. Appreciate you guys watching, and definitely you guys have been leaving some comments that have helped out a great deal. And I'm going to probably start switching our stuff over, instead of using charcoal, to use the coal instead. Although it's expensive, the burn rate is way longer, so it really kind of makes it worth it. It's just expensive. So anyway, with that, I really appreciate it, and make sure you guys like and subscribe on the video, hit that bell notification to get notified when I post on other videos, and hit that hype button. I really appreciate it. That helps my channel out a lot, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks a lot.